Is a poster of the president as the Joker racist? The posters in Los Angeles and elsewhere show the president as the Dark Knight version of the Joker above the word socialism. You see it there. Except nobody seems to know who came up with this Obama image, face painted white, lipstick in the shape of an extended grin. He's got the dark eyeshadow. And no one seems to know who's hanging them up. Philip Kennicott is a style reporter for the Washington Post. Philip, have you been able to get any further in finding out who's behind it?
Last I checked, we still don't know who's done it, and I'm not sure that we will find out anytime soon.
All right. In your article on the Washington Post, you say, and let me just give the title, Obama as the Joker, Racial Fears, Ugly Face. Explain what you mean.
Well, I go back to the original context of the Joker and the Batman films, and these films have always been about urban fears, and quite simply, those fears code in many ways black. They play into anti-African American stereotypes, which is one of the reasons I think they chose this particular comic book villain instead of some other to superimpose over the face of the president.
But we just put it up there, we saw George W. Bush on Vanity Fair as the Joker. I mean, then why would this be racially motivated?
Well, I mean, for the obvious reason that George Bush wasn't black. I mean, in this case, I think what they're doing is finding an image that actually has undercurrents when applied to Obama that it simply didn't have when it applied to Bush.
You know, it's interesting because we're seeing a lot of these trends, a lot of these questions about whether some of the attacks against Obama are really about the color of his skin. For instance, not just this Joker poster, but also the whole birther movement. Do you think that maybe there's not enough attention being paid to how many of the attacks really still are about the color of our president's skin?
I think we're going to be having two conversations in this country about the president for a long time. There's going to be a political conversation, and then there's going to be a racial conversation, which we obviously haven't had about any previous president because he's the first African-American president. And it's very difficult to separate those two conversations, and there's a lot of sensitivity when people feel the other side and the debate crosses the line. But I think absolutely we need to continue looking at what are the legitimate political arguments and where racially coded arguments are coming in. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're racist arguments, but being aware of how race is playing into imagery.
All right, Philip, thanks.